Welcome back, dear students. As promised from our last video, that for this session we'll focus on referencing. Now, if one may ask, what is referencing? It is a process of citing or documenting the sources of quotes, theories, ideas, illustrations, and diagrams that you have used in writing an academic assignment. Now remember, as you used to do from high school, when you write an assignment, you'll do a bibliography list at the back. Now in tertiary level, because we're still undergraduate student, we use reference list. I'll explain later on the difference between bibliography and a reference list. Now with me here, I have two types of referencing. Number one being in-text referencing, and number two, reference list. Now, in-text referencing, when you in-text reference, you reference from the source, you reference in your assignment, in the middle of your assignment, be it in the beginning of your sentence or at the end or in the middle. But when you reference within your assignment, when you in-text, you're only going to write the name of the author, the year of the book, the year of which the book was published, and the page number. You only write those three aspects because you in-text referencing. But now, when you go to the reference list, the very same book, you're going to write it down in detail. Meaning you're going to write the surname of the author, his initial, the name of the book, the year of which it was published. If it is an edition, you write it down, the town where it was published, and the publishing company. You write all those things down. It can be a book, it can be a journal. When you write it on an in-text referencing, you take the name of the author, the page number, and the year. Now, reference list. The difference between the reference list and a bibliography is that when you use a bibliography, you're going to write down all the sources you've come across when you were writing your assignment. Irregardless of whether you've used them or not, you still write them all down. Now, in reference list, you write only the sources you've used on writing your assignment. Only those that you have used, not all of them. Obviously, when you search for information, you use a lot of sources of which you ended up not using all of them. Now, a reference list, when you write it at the back, it should be in an alphabetical format. Is it clear? And with something I forget from your in-text referencing, you'll see when maybe you're writing a book that has when you're writing down a book that has more than 2 or more authors, this is how you're going to go about it. You're going to write the name of the first author, and you'll use this phrase et al. But then you'll see when we do a bit of an activity so that you further understand. Let me just quickly go to that activity so that we all understand. It starts here. Now, question number 1. Let's do this activity. I'll try to answer the questions very clearly so that after this lesson, you get to understand how do you go about the referencing. Number 1, it states, in-text referencing involves the abbreviation et al. When, and here are the options. Referencing 3 or more authors. Number B, referencing 2 authors. C, referencing a publishing company. D, you are not sure who the author are. Now, this phrase et al. You use it when your book, the book you reference, it has 2 or more authors, but mostly 3 and up above. You're going to write the name of the first author and editor. It stands for "and others." It stands for "and others." Now, for this question, our correct answer is going to be A, referencing 3 or more authors. I hope it's clear. Number 2, the method of putting what someone else said in your own words is called, this one I hope we did it on our last video. The correct answer is going to be B. It's paraphrasing. Obviously, it can be quoting, it cannot be phrasing, it cannot be paragraphing. It's paraphrasing. Number 3, the abbreviation anon is used if referencing when. Let's go through our options before I answer it. The author has used a pseudonym. B, more than one author is involved. C, the author is unknown. D, the author is no more alive. Now, unknown, it comes from the word unknown. Now, when you reference and the information you're referencing about, you do not know the author, but you have made means to go and look at of who the author is, and you did not find them, or maybe the book you were reading, it doesn't have a cover page, some pages were lost, and you cannot know who the author of the book was. Now, when you reference it, you should write unknown from the word unknown. You should write it down as unknown and reference whatever you want to reference. Now, question number 4, it states, Raditlalo, Sam 2010, an indefensible obscenity, fundamental questions of being in Kopano Ntwa's Coconut. Imbizo 1, 19-38. What source is indicated in this reference? And our options are A, the internet, B, book, C, journal article, D, chapter in a book. Now, don't you be confused with this one. If you can observe it, it starts very well. You would think it is a book because it has the author here, the year of the book, the title of the book, and the confusion starts here in the number. Remember now, journals have volumes. Now, this journal is volume number 1 from, these are the pages of the journal. Remember, journals are not written by one author. That a lot of authors, and they have a portion of pages they use. That's why they have this number of pages. And this is the title maybe of that. This is the title of that segment of a journal. Now, you would notice with what that this referenced information comes from a journal with the volume number and the page number. When you reference a journal, always it should have a volume number and the number of its pages. Always. Now, the correct answer for this question is C. It's a journal article. Number 5. Citation and bibliography come dash respectively. Let's go through our options. A, at the end, in the beginning. B, within the text and at the end. C, at the beginning and in the end. D, at the end and within the text. Now, the correct answer here will be B. Why B? Within the text and at the end. It is optional with you, whether you want to write whatever you're referencing of in the beginning of your assignment or at the end. Irregardless, what's important is whether it's whether you have cited or not. Now, only they will be within the text and at the end. Number 6, plagiarism is using someone's work A. without referencing it, B. exactly as it was, using originally without it. The correct answer here will be A. Why? As we said from our last video, that without referencing it, without acknowledging the source, you are plagiarizing. Now I'll go only through the important answer. Yeah, I think, but we're done from here. I hope that will be it for this video. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of our session.